Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. I don't know what kind of crowd I'll get tonight. I'm pretty sure it'll be like a different crowd, but we'll see. Welcome in. Not much, just I'm doing a healing working, and I figured why not come on live? Because I don't do a lot of live spell work, and I thought maybe people would want to watch while I do it. It was something that I was going to do more of when I was doing Sunday school, but it's kind of hard to work it into every lesson that I do. Hi. So I'm just kind of sitting here and I'm doing a candle right now. And I'm also using a white candle as a base, which I don't love all the time. But hey Neo. Because I find it's harder to see what you're doing, especially because what I'm doing with this particular candle is I'm putting all of my sigil workings on this candle, and then I'm binding another working that I did, which was also a healing for health working. And I'm going to bind that to the candle and use it as a tag lock. I'm your biggest fan. That's awesome. Thank you. So right now what I'm doing is I'm using my scissors, and I've got a piece of paper here that has 10 sigils on it. And I am carving the sigils from this piece of paper onto my candle. And then what I'm going to do after that is once I finish making and dressing this here candle, I'm going to take all the sigils from that piece of paper and burn all of them off of this candle in order to activate it. And any sigils that like you guys get from me, you have to burn them to activate them. Which necklace? This one, the Lucifer one. Both of them actually came from Etsy. I hate carving white candles. They're so hard to see. I'm gonna like hold them in the right light so you can see what you're doing. And also scissors are not my preferred thing for carving. Usually what I use is a very small dotting tool for like doing your nails, but I couldn't find it today, so I'm using these instead. We're going to improvise. I probably won't be looking up too much while I'm doing this because I'm going to be pretty focused. So if you guys are asking questions, I might have to like go back afterwards and look and answer them. I've got one side of the candle, like all the way, you can't see it on there, but it's all the way carved. Kind of just about to the last third of the candle. I like to leave this part kind of open because I melt my candles down to my surface. So it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to like melt off the bottom to stick it up without getting into interfering with the sigils that I've put on it. Yeah, absolutely. I love porcupine quills in witchcraft. I've used them before. I had African porcupine quills, which were big fuck off quills like this. And they were awesome because once you stick a porcupine quill in something, you can't pull it out. They're a pain in the ass. So they're one of my favorite mediums to stick in candles for people that are naughty. What kind of candle? I'm doing a healing candle for someone who's sick. And I'm currently just carving into the candle sigil workings. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in. So I'm currently carving sigils into like the first 2/3 of this candle. And then I'm going to go ahead and bind down an older working that I did recently for the same person onto this as a tag lock. And then we're going to dress the candle and burn it and all that good stuff. We might be here for a while. I already have wax all over me. I've only been working for 3.5 minutes and I'm already making a huge mess. We love that for me. Hey, Shadow. How are ya? We be doing witchcraft tonight. We witchcrafting. Freaking, I swear to God, I do not have good eyeballs. White candles are the hardest candle to fucking carve. Oh, no. Yuck. What a little turd. Birds do that kind of shit all the time, too. Like, they'll be like super duper duper good for like a little while, and then they'll do some like shit stuff like that. My mom has a bunch of them. I love them. Do you have to go get your stitches like looked at or redone? It's like super quiet in here. I almost should put some music on or something because I'm not talking as much because I'm focused. Okay, so now that we've got that, I've done all of my sigils that I need to put on the candle. I'm going to take this, which is that spell that I was talking about that we're using for a tag lock. And I'm going to use white to bind it because I don't want this binding to be like a nasty, baneful type of binding. We're simply using this to tag lock our candle. So we don't need anything that's like, it's not that serious. Okay. Now, if you want to be really, really super picky, in this situation, you would want to only wrap kind of clockwise because we're bringing in health. But because I work with baneful magic and negative energies, I'm also doing the other way because I'm working in kind of a banishing. Because believe it or not, you can just straight up banish sickness. You can just tell it to go away. And then I always lock any binding that I do with 3 knots every single time. It's not that deep. I should be working more on my table where you guys can actually see what I'm doing, but I just sealed that off with 3 knots. Now I've got a metal tray set up here, and I'm going to use this both for the tray that I'm going to use to dress this candle, and then also as a tray to catch the wax. So I'm going to take 2 different oils to dress this candle, and you don't need a lot of oil. You do not need to be dunking this shit in there like you're trying to Crisco this shit up. If you're using oils, use minimal oil. I promise you, a little goes a long way. And when I'm pouring my oils, I'm pouring them away from me. Again, because we're pushing. I think I might do one of them away and then one to draw in. So we'll probably do. Now I need to think about this because I overthought it. Do one like pushing away to push away sickness. Yes. Hi. So I'm going to do one away to push away sickness, and then I'm going to do one of my oils drawing it in to draw in good health. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to take, this one is a mixed oil. I don't even know what's in it, but we're using it. And I'm going to just put a little bit on all of the sides of the candle, with the exception of the side where we have our previous spell as a tag lock. And again, you don't need a lot of oil. You literally just need a few drops. Don't be creating fire hazards where we don't need to. I'm then going to take this big fuck off container of olive oil because olive oil has great protective properties, and we're going to dress this towards us with olive oil to draw in good health. Come on. And when you're rubbing this in, because you should rub it into your candle, rub it towards you, or I'm going to rub this particular oil towards me. I did get a little bit of it on the paper part. That's fine. We're not going to worry too much about it. Should always have like wipes or something too when you're doing this because it can get kind of messy. So I'm going to go get those. So now that we've got our candle with the oils dressed, we're also going to utilize 2 other candles. So we've got our base candle, which is a white candle, which is pretty multi-purpose. No, a white candle doesn't replace any candle. I don't want to hear it. We're also going to use 2 of these smaller candles and utilize the color properties of these 2 colors for this spell. And we're going to seal all of our herbs on with these 2. So I have purple and blue. These 2 different colors. And both of them are to promote healing and protection. I could have used green too. That was another option. And I usually use black, but to be totally transparent, like I have very few black candles right now. And these 2 colors would work better. And we're going to use a good amount of stuff. That's the other thing. We've got 1, 2. You don't need to use this many ingredients, but I just like to be extra. So we're going to start with garlic because garlic is really good for clearing up sicknesses and infections. So we're going to start with, and you don't need a lot of any of these herbs. You can use just a little bit. I'm putting like the finest dusting of garlic on this candle. And what we're going to want to do is dress the candle, put our herbs, and then put a small amount of candle wax on top to seal the herbs on. So we're going to start off with garlic, and I just put a very thin line. We're going to put calamus root or sweet flag. So calamus root or sweet flag is known to be a commanding ingredient. And in this situation, I'm utilizing the sweet flag. I'm going to have to put wax on it before I put the sweet flag because it's just sliding off. In this situation, I'm utilizing the sweet flag in order to like more firmly put my intention of healing into this candle. Like it really solidifies what it is that you want your spell to do. I'm going to start with sealing this candle, or what I put on here. We're going to put a light seal of blue wax on here, and blue is to promote healing. And we're going to put this seal partially to keep the garlic that we put on there on, and partially so we have something to stick our sweet flag to, because it just doesn't want to stay. Get on there. Go. And it doesn't help that there's oil on it now. Hello, hello. I'm good. How are you? So this particular herb is kind of fucking tedious. I'm not going to lie, when you're trying to put it on here. It can be a real pain to get. As soon as I said a pain, my candle went out. Low-key. Just getting over. Oh, I'm glad you're getting over it though. And it's getting better now. It's always nice after you've been sick for a while. So I just rotated the candle a little bit so that it's tilting off, and I'm going to add our next ingredient onto this candle. It doesn't really want to sit where I want it to. Come on. Yes. So I'm going to add red clover next to this. Red clover aids in recovering from both minor and serious illnesses. So we're going to add a dusting of red clover to this candle. And again, you don't need a lot. Don't overwhelm this with herbs. And we're going to seal this, and you know what? We're going to put slippery elm bark on it as well, which is also really good for recovering from both serious and mild illnesses. So we're going to add a little bit of that. And we're going to seal this on there with a purple candle this time, because we're adding both the blue and the purple color properties into this healing candle. I definitely should have put like some music on in the background or something, because I'm so quiet when I do these kinds of things because I'm focusing on what I'm doing on the tray. And a lot of the time it's just sitting and waiting for a job to get done. Like what it is right now, where I'm waiting for the candle to go through. I'm just drip sealing everything right now. It's a lot of waiting. It really is. I have a couple spells that I'm going to be doing in the next few days. So if you guys like the lives where I show you how I do spell work, we can definitely do more of them. So we sealed this down with our purple wax. We've got blue wax on one side. And I'm going to continue to like rotate this candle around and add ingredients as I go, because I still have a few other ingredients that we're going to put on here. We are going to put a little bit of prickly ash bark. Again, this is for reducing fever, sore throat. It will help with recovery from sickness. It also builds your immune system. So we're going to add a little bit of this onto the top end of here. And I don't have very much of it left because I use it quite heavily in healing spells. So we're just going to use what little bit is left in there. And then we're also going to go in with some sheep sorrel, because sheep sorrel, again, will work on like sore throats, coughs, infections, fevers, kidney. It also can be used for kidney problems and urinary tract problems. It can be used for its antioxidant properties. And all of these herbs that I put on here so far can also be, now I don't recommend that you go and take them without consulting somebody who knows how to properly teach you about herbs, but all of the herbs that I'm using on this candle are consumable as well for medicinal purposes. So again, I'm alternating between blue and purple wax for the healing and protection properties of both those colors. So we did a row of blue, then we did purple, now we're back to blue. While I'm dripping and just waiting, if you guys want to ask questions or anything like that, that's a good time to do it. We only have a couple more ingredients that I'm going to go through. So this one you guys probably shouldn't handle with your bare hands. These are stinging nettles. Stinging nettles are really good for health stuff. You can take them in a tea form. You can eat them. And in witchcraft, they're mostly used for protection and banishing, but they can also be used to drive away illness. And you want to like wash your hands immediately after you handle these. Don't be Bam Bam and get stinging nettles all over you. This is why we have wipes. This is what wipes are for. Okay, we have a couple more ingredients that I'm going to put on this candle. One of them is chaga. Chaga, again, is an antioxidant, and it boosts the immune system to aid in recovery of sickness and illness. You don't need very much of this. Normally it's burnt, which is why I'm adding it to the candle, because it will burn through as the candle burns. I have some scissors. I always forget how tough the actual resin of chaga is. It's very, very, very tough. I can see this going very badly using a knife. I'm going to use my tiny scissors to cut off some pieces of this chaga. Where did it go? There we go. You know what? Whatever. That one is all we're getting. So we're going to add chaga. We're going to add a little bit of charcoal because charcoal also helps to neutralize sickness or any impurities. It can be used to do that within your space, but it can also be used within witchcraft to neutralize and absorb impurities in the body in regards to sicknesses. So I'm going to take a little bit of this chunk of charcoal. And again, this is why I have to have wipes when I do witchcraft, because I just make the biggest mess. And we're going to take chunks of this charcoal and put it on there. Oh yeah, Bam, stab yourself. That's a good idea. That's great. Yes. I work very hard for you guys. Just saying. You'd probably be better off to get like powdered charcoal, but I just don't have any. So we're again going to do it the hardest way possible. There we go. And we're going in again. We've switched from our blue candle. We're going in with our purple candle now to seal this layer in. So quiet, awkwardly quiet in here. Where's my lighter? This candle is doing something funky. So we're just going to force it to do what we want it to. It's actually probably a good thing that my workspace is lower than the camera because there's a lot of fire going on. She's getting hot. I do want to seal my herbs on here pretty good though, because a lot of my stuff is very, very, very dry. And that can create, like, it'll burn your candle down fast, but it'll create a fire hazard. And my lighter is getting very hot, so I'm going to have to stop here for a sec. Don't burn yourself. Don't be me. Do I have an open candle anywhere? I'm going to have to let that cool off for a minute because I don't have another lighter. So if you guys have questions about what I'm doing or questions about witch stuff in general, we can definitely do that while I'm letting my lighter cool off so I don't burn myself. After I finish sealing this up with the charcoal and the chaga, on the front of this candle, I'm going to put a piece of white sage that has dragon's blood dipped on it, dragon's blood resin on it. The reason that I'm putting the white sage is because I have an indigenous ancestor that works very heavily with healing and has worked with the person that I'm doing this candle for previously, so we're asking them to come in and help. Therefore, we are using the white sage correctly. We're not utilizing it for its healing properties. We're using it to call in that specific ancestor that I would like to help me tonight. Hello. Welcome. I have to say, this is probably one of the most, like, visually appealing candles that I've made, especially in this drip style, because it's not a particularly, like, tidy way of making candles, but this particular one with the combination of colors just looks really cool. So this is Le White Sage that I was talking about. I better not see a single complaint about white sage in my damn comment section. I swear to you. How would I do the cord cutting? So if I'm to do a cord cutting, first of all, a lot of the time, people who think that they need cord cuttings don't need cord cuttings. So situations where I would recommend a cord cutting over, like, some kind of healing or some kind of grounding or some kind of protection working is very rare. I don't often recommend that. Like, it's just not, cord cuttings are great and they have their time and place, but I see them misused a lot. So, but if you are going to do a cord cutting, and you can cord cut from several different things. You can cord cut from people, from situations, from a job, from your own negative ways of thinking and feeling. Cord cuttings have to be done when you're in a good mindset to do them. So if you're doing a cord cutting for yourself, particularly if you're doing a cord cutting for yourself, you're gonna really need to be in that headspace of you're letting it go. Otherwise, your cord cutting is not going to do anything. There are certain people that you may encounter that a cord cutting is not going to be the right way to deal with that person. And I'm not talking about a hex or a curse. If somebody's got a really strong hold on you, or it's somebody that you've had a particularly abusive relationship with, I recommend that you do a banishing before you do a cord cutting with that person. The banishing is what we do to remove the person and kind of clean up the stank energy a little bit. And the cord cutting that follows is to like ensure that that stuff doesn't come back. Cord cuttings are not a one-step process. I don't care what anybody told you. I feel I need to do this with my kid's father. You need a banishing first before you do a cord cutting with him. That's like that. There's a need to like bind that control, that like high level of control that they have before you do a cord cutting to let go of stuff. You want to ensure that they can't, like, that you remove anything that's left, but also put that preventative measure there. Like I said, when I do cord cuttings, every time I do a cord cutting, it is a 2-step process. There's the cord cutting and either the banishing beforehand or the follow-up, which is like healing and cleaning up the aftermath. In your situation, I would do a banishing first and probably work some binding into that banishing and then do the cord cutting and a little bit of healing work for you. And the cord cutting wouldn't be so much of a cord cutting from that physical person. It would be a cord cutting from the aftermath of the situation to release a lot of things for you. I've turned the candle off at an angle so that I can go ahead and get some wax underneath of that piece of dragon's blood that I just put on there in order to make sure that it stays on through the burning process because it didn't lay completely flat. A cord cutting can definitely help in your situation, but there's like other steps that you could take that would make it more effective. We're getting close, you guys. Look at this candle with the purple and the blue. It's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how this is going to burn. There's a lot of oil on it, so it's going to burn hot. And, you guys, fun fact, I finally bought a metal tray for the bottom of my burn bin that's not glass, which means it's not going to blow up this time. That's so exciting for me. Normally my candles explode in my house. Do we like the aftermath? So I'm probably going to pause the live really quick and move the camera over to there where the burn bin is, and I'll show you guys how I set it up, and we'll kind of check it out as it burns and see what it does. We're doing fire. Yeah. I mean, I've had too many near misses with like exploding glass and, large fires in the basement that we really need to start being, just a little bit more conscientious of what we do when we're lighting moderate sized fires in the basement. So I'm going to pause the live for a minute and move the camera, and I will be right back. Okay. And we are kind of back. Hopefully you guys can I'm trying to get you guys so you can see what's going on in the bowl, kind of. This is what we're working with. This is my burn safe container. It is an enamel bin, and then I've got there we go. I've got a metal tray in the bottom for added fire safety. So I'm going to use a black candle to seal this candle down because, oh wait, I lied. There's a white candle right there. I very rarely work with white candles, so I don't often have them. And I'm both using this smaller candle to drip some wax into the bottom, and I'm also using it to soften the bottom piece of the candle that I made in order to seal it down so that it sticks and it stays upright. And we're going to hold it for like a good couple of minutes just to make sure that it does stick and stay down pretty good. We don't want it moving. Are you going to stay? Yes. So we're going to light this. And this will burn quite big at certain points. We're going to also grab that piece of paper that we had all those... Shit. See? Stuff happens. We're going to seal it down better. That decided to, like, not stay down, which is not good. So... we're going to do a better job. Watch me finally get like a burn safe surface and no wax stick to the surface. I'd be so choked. Are you fucking kidding me right now? It would be my luck though. I could see it happening. And I don't have candle holders because I've exploded all of them, so. Stay up. We're going to hold it for a hot minute. This is a fairly heavy candle as well because we do have a lot of wax and a lot of herbs on it. So that's going to play a part in it. It's leaning. Is it the tray or is it the candle? Do we chance it or do we not chance it? This is the debate that I'm now having. I think we're going to chance it. So I'm taking the piece of paper that I wrote all the sigils on for this candle, and I'm going to separate all the sigils and I'm going to burn them and drop them around the candle, forming a circle. And it's like a circle and a dome of my personal intentions for this candle. And I'm not even like cutting them. They don't have to be neat. You just need to have them separate so that you can burn them. And this is why I recommend too, if you're putting sigils, particularly my sigils, if you're putting them on a candle, writing them down on a piece of paper is kind of a cool way to take a shortcut. If you're somebody who normally likes to use bay leaves to manifest your sigils, this is a good substitute for it. In certain spells, you can't substitute paper for bay leaves, but in a lot of them you can. Once you've got 18 sigils in a pile of paper that looks like scraps, we're going to start lighting them on fire. Do this very carefully because they will burn fast, but you want them to burn as wholly as you can get them to burn. Like if a sigil doesn't burn all the way through it, in my opinion, I either write it down and do it again, or I consider it something that wasn't a part of the spell. And be careful when you're doing this, because this can absolutely, like, you can burn yourself very easily doing what I'm doing right now. Be super careful. You should be using pliers or tweezers or something like that to do this. Don't do it with your bare hands. This really doesn't want to stick. And I think it's the surface that we're using. So I think we're going to have to use a different surface. I should have kept it lit. Shit. This is giving me a tough time. This never happens. It would be one of the first times that I go live and everything stops working. Where's that piece of glass? I really didn't want any more exploding glass, but I guess we're doing exploding glass again. You keep going out. Yeah. Like, I don't know what's happening. You keep falling down. And I'm trying to, like, get this to stick. I have no idea why it's not staying up. Like, what the heck is going on, man? I never have this much trouble getting something to stick. Never. What the shit? Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to melt the bottom of this hoe. That it is really weird that it went down 3 times. Like, that never happens. I put a piece of glass in there now, so we'll see if it stays up this time. Hopefully it does. I'm going to hold it until it's really, really secure. Do you think it's like interference going on? I'm wondering if it's not just the plate. I'm gonna give it a minute and see what it does before I light it again. Because that's really weird. I never have my candles not stick like that. That's concerning to me. I never have had this. I really didn't want any more exploding glass in my house. That was all it came down to. Hello? What? I think it might be the plate. Let's see what it does. If it falls over again, I'll do divination on it and see what the problem is. Just very interesting. I've not had that happen where stuff just falls over like that. I'm keeping an eye on this candle because I don't like what it's doing. Now, this is mostly the point where it gets kind of like not super exciting because we're just waiting to see what it does. I'll bring my chair over here. I'm scared to like move anything or like be too close to it. I don't want to knock it over again. Yeah, it's cold. I mean, if the candles, I've had that too, though, where you do spell work and the candles are just feeling spicy, so it's spicy. I'm thinking this is probably going to take a few hours to burn. It'll go quicker once we get kind of down to this point. You can't see the candle where it is now. Hold on, please. It'll go faster once we get to about here. And then from there down, it might go pretty quickly. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I can turn you guys over to me while we wait for the candle to do stuff. So I'm just going to kind of chill here and keep an eye on my candle, see how it goes. And like, it should kick off. Usually I don't have to wait too long with candles that are dressed like that. Usually they kick off pretty quickly. So now we're just chilling. Do you guys want witchy Q&A or do you want... I don't know. Like, we'll see. Depends how long this candle takes. But, like, I have another candle that I have to do tomorrow. And don't forget that it's Sunday school tomorrow, too. So we're going to be talking about broke bitch witchcraft tomorrow. And how to do witchcraft if you're on a budget. It'll get better. I just have to wait for this, like, because this candle hasn't gotten to the point where it's even getting to the herbs yet, so... And everything kind of finishes off in the last third of the candle. Fair. If you can't be on the live, just, or even if, like, if your cough is bad but you feel up to it, you can hang out in the chat. Henry, what doing? The astral doggo is over yonder. Yeah, we're going to talk about, like, how to do witchcraft on a budget, because witchcraft can be expensive. I'm not going to talk about it too much tonight, because then I'll cover too much of what I've sorted out for tomorrow, but that's going to be our next thing. If y'all missed it, I was on the People's Talk Show last night. That was kind of fun. And if you guys missed the video that I sent you, he totally posted the guy... the guy that was before me that I was telling you guys about in the chat that was like either drunk or something, he posted that video. It was glorious. Definitely like the greatest hits worthy. What the hell are you eating up off the floor? I saw you put something in your mouth and then spit it out. I see you over there loafing hard and watching me. Henry, come here. Come here. Come. Don't just lay there and wag your tail. Come. Come on. What is this sad dog aesthetic you've got going on right now? I'm not sure why we've got the sad dog aesthetic going on. What's the problem? What's the matter? Why have you given up on life like this? I really need you to find some motivation right now. I would buy it. If it was me, I would spend the money. But I'm also known for making terrible money choices, so I don't know if I'm the best judge of character. Mothman, there's no need to feel down. Say Mothman, get your feet off the ground. Say Mothman. I will forever hold a soft spot in my heart for Mothman. Forever. It will always be something that I love. And I wasn't like super into the Mothman before, and I kind of thought it was silly, and now I'm like super game and 1,000% sure that Mothman is indeed a real creature. Right? As soon as you mention Mothman, he shows up around here like, hey, what's up? I heard you guys was talking about me again. I wonder if, like, Mothman, if he likes the attention that he has now. You know how more people, like, know about him? I wonder if he's like, heck yeah, world domination. Because that's kind of the vibe that I get from Mothman. I'm going to say no. I think he does. I think more people should appreciate Mothman. I really like Mothman. Just, this is also true. He is a moth, so he probably avoids people like the plague. Well, we kind of know he does. See, but you're the only alien of the bunch, Moose. So, actually, technically, it's like that you're the brethren. Come on, Candle, do the thing. I was thinking last night I should have, or Thursday night, was that last night? Is it Saturday? Yes. Thursday night I should have posted some of the videos of the bone throws that we were doing, because it was an absolute, like, I'm gonna be a death head moth. Do it. Absolutely do it. I think you should. I have a death head moth tattooed on me. Yeah. And, like, the makeup, if you look it up online, there's lots of tutorials to teach you how to do the death head makeup, which is really cool. And you can do it just with, like, normal ass makeup. You don't need fancy stuff. Henry, what are you whining about? What's the matter? You can come over here. You could. He's sitting over there whining at me. Are you going to tell us what the ideas are? Or are you going to keep it a secret and then unveil it? See, because I'm sad now, because Brie did Mothman this year. And now that I'm thinking about it, like, Mothman was such an epic costume that I wish I had thought of it. Did you ever find your glasses? Henry, what's the matter? What's wrong? What's the issue? Bud, come here. Come on. No? Just no, eh? Okay. Maybe Mothman took them. Maybe Mothman accepted them as an offering. Was like, my lights just flickered. Is Mothman in my house right now? That would be awesome. I'd be so game. You're like making offerings to cryptids without even knowing it. I love that for you. Also, can we talk about how I'm kind of cheesed that the deities demanded a glass plate when I specifically went and bought something that wasn't glass so shit wouldn't explode in here? Disappointing. Like, for real, because the last spell that I did, the last candle I did, and it was just a few days ago, the whole plate shattered. And I was like, that's it. Like, I'm buying a foil plate for like a lining in the bottom of this thing, like foil plate all the way, so that I don't have to deal with exploding stuff anymore. And they were like, nah, you're dealing with exploding stuff. I wonder if Pyrex would be more heat resistant. What do you guys think? I have a Pyrex dish that I would sacrifice it for the good cause, you know? You better not explode my plate tonight. I swear. I'm running out of glass plates that I can like sacrifice to the cause. And the Corelle dishes are not going to witchcraft. No, no. They're even worse when they break. Yeah, because you can put Pyrex in like the oven and in the microwave and shit. So I don't see why it wouldn't be able to withstand a little bit of heat from a candle. Yeah. I don't put cold water on anything. I'm not stupid. I've had enough exploding glass in this house to know better. This is why I don't have candle holders. Is because all my shit. You know what I'm going to do? No, I have a great idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole in the bottom of the foil plate that's like big enough to put a candle, and then I'll elevate it a little bit so that the candle sits in about that much, and then it'll stay upright and I don't have to have exploding glass. I like that. We're going to do that. We'll do that after tonight. We'll just have one more exploding glass episode for fun. We're getting close. Like almost all of the white is gone. Yeah, that's a good way to get like grenades of glass shards. Yes. The other thing that I have a problem with is my moon water freezing and then my containers breaking from the moon water freezing. That's a fucking nightmare too. And it happens all the time because I live in Canada. I don't know that this candle will take very long once it starts going up. You guys are getting like a inside glimpse as to what my brain looks like when I do spell work. Oh no. They literally, and when Corelle breaks, it breaks into little tiny shards. Like it's not even, it's a freaking nightmare to clean up. It's like the worst variety of shrapnel. Oh no. Exploding Corelle plates are scary. Oh, so itchy, hen. Now that you're up, would you like to come over and say hi to your fans? Come here. Come. Henry, come. Henry, you can't just sit on your bed all day. Come here. Come on. Henners, come. Come on. Come on, big dog. Your fans want to see you. Come on. Henry, come. He's being a party pooper. Come on. Get over here. Come on. Henry, come on. You are being rebellious tonight and obnoxious. I know you didn't just lay back down. He's literally being an old man. He's being miserable. Yeah, I would not recommend that you freeze Eclipse water. I feel like just because of freeze it if you want, but not in a glass container because it'll break. And then you'll cut your hand open like I did. Otherwise, you just have like you could boil down Eclipse water if you wanted to sterilize it, add a little bit of alcohol to it, and then make ice cubes and feed beverages to people that you don't like to cause chaos in their life. Yeah, little plastic bottles are kind of the way to go. I would feed somebody like ice cubes made out of chaos water, boil their pasta with a little bit of chaos water to add chaos to their life. Do I ever give good non-baneful tips? Sometimes, but it's rare. Why are you talking at me? Come here. You've literally been invited to the live 33 times, sir. I know you're not sitting over there and grumbling at me now. Come. Henry, come. You are being pasta. Yeah. Pasta. How do you say it? Do you say pasta? You better not. You're freaking Italian. I should just get like a flat of water bottles and just start. You say pasta? You uncultured humans. Pasta. You look depressed, my guy. Hi, Henry. Who's the biggest fluffo baby on the planet? Come here. Henry, come on. My dog is like ignoring me and it bothers me. Henry, come. Come. What is the different? Pasta? What? They're the same thing. It smells fucking delicious in here. And I'm not sure what candle it is that smells so good. I just noticed that. I'm like, it smells good in here. It smells lovely. This is a refreshing change from my spell work normally smelling like fucking you lit your back garden on fire. All the northerners are in here talking about pasta and the various varieties of how you actually pronounce that. I like southerners. There's like, okay, so there's either like two kinds of southerners. There are ones that you can't stand, and then there are like the cool ones. I like the cool ones. Are you seriously getting up to go to your food dish, but you wouldn't come over here and say hi to me? Why are you like that? Why are you the way you are? Come. Come. Why are you like this? Come over here. Thanks. Hi. Welcome. Welcome to the live, sir. Henry, come here. Hey. Who's Florida Man? Am I like the only person who doesn't know who that is? Henry James. The big doggo. You're like a heater. You. Hi. Is that, and why though? Because he can. I'm going to have to look him up. I'm going to have to watch Florida Man now. Is he like Spider-Man, but for the weather? Florida people always do the craziest shit, though. It's either Texas or Florida. Why is your body temperature so high? You're literally like a furnace. How come you didn't want to come over here for petos? Huh? Manners. Hi, the baby. Be prepared for a lot of news media. That's okay. I'll be okay with that. What's going on? Do you guys see my lights freaking out? Can I help you? This kind of crap always happens at my house when I'm doing spell work too. Okay. I can't watch the video right now anyways because I'm on a live, but I will watch it later. I will watch Florida Man later and educate myself. I'm waiting for this candle. It should have started popping off soon. Look up Florida Man on your birthday. Why? Is it glorious? Am I going to love it? Like, do you mean look up Florida Man on your birthday or like Florida Man and my birth date? Oh, I'm totally going to have to watch some of this. I can't do reactions to it right now. Otherwise, I would. I'm sure that Blurb would be pretty much any variety of crazy white person. And some varieties that, like, we don't even want to find out about. This is the fun part. So, live witchcraft tonight, and then it's just me sitting in a chair talking to y'all. All right, that's fine. At least you finally made your way over here to, like, visit with me. Hen. Hi. Are you starving? Are you famished? Are you slowly dying inside? Are you going to wither away to nothing if I don't feed you right this very second? Really? Wow. That's unbelievable. I can't believe you're so starving. Like, how dare I? How dare I leave you for so long, completely unnurtured? You have an entire plate of food. Henry James. He literally has a full dish of food. What is all these shenanigans that we have going on here? Henry, what is that about? You were being grumpy and cranky and killing the vibe. You're not even hungry. You have a whole dish of food. Man. Yeah, I like that. I like that for you. I definitely like that for you. Should we start watching Florida Man? Nah, not right. I don't have enough equipment for that right now. My grumpy old man decided to, What? Are you serious? Is this guy like does he go out there and do stupid shit on purpose? Alan Jackson is good shit. What? Don't you dare. Don't you hate on Alan Jackson. Not even a little bit. Don't you dare. You cannot be hating on Alan Jackson. That is classic shit. It is giving me hold my beer, but I'm living for it. I love that. Brie, you're going to have to show me that at some point because that sounds like gold. Florida Man and standoff first slice of... What? What does this guy do? Oh my god. All right. Oh, good. YouTube is already open. Let's see. A 100 of the craziest Florida Man stories. Oh, God. Should I look this? Okay, I'm going on Reddit. I'm sure I can find it on Reddit.
Organize your business all in one place for just $1 per month with HoneyBook. HoneyBook provides a bird's eye view of all your business.
Oh, God. There's a whole fucking subreddit for it. Florida man sells a bomb to undercover cops for $800. What? Florida man gets famous by smashing fruit with a sledgehammer. Florida man says he shot... Jesus Christ. Florida man tried to kill Florida man for trespassing on an undeveloped lot. Florida man, mayor of Miami. Oh my God. What? There's no way. Florida man uses plastic water bottle wrapping to burglarize a Florida man confesses to murders on a podcast. Florida man caught naked in the Everglades eating cheesecake. What? Florida man breaks into a house through a window and almost dies from his injuries. Florida man built and sold a homemade pipe bomb to... Oh, Jesus Christ. Florida man winds up out with an attempted murder charge after slapbox a fight outside of a bar. Florida man mistakenly Oh, that's Florida woman. Oh my God. Florida man causes more than $350K damage at foam insult at... Oh God. Florida man's stepdad pistol whips and shoots a PlayStation 4 video game console during an argument with Jesus Christ. Let's see. I'm going to start reading some of these. Sledge-O-Matic. Is it on YouTube? Absolutely Loki's child. Is this the watermelon Gallagher Sledge-O-Matic? It's a kitchen toy. This is essentially how I chop all my vegetables anyways, so... Not the croutons. Why do these people have giant crayons? I mean, that's essentially how I get the last drop of toothpaste out. Oh, no. No. Oh. This one guy that's just eating the Sledge-O-Matic cake off the ground, haphazardly, just nonchalantly, like, yeah. Sledge-O-Matic works better than any tranquilizer can. Yeah, I bet it does. Oh, no. The oldest gaming system that anybody has ever seen. I love it. Oh. He really just said, fuck the police. I love that. Super good. Okay, we're gonna YouTube Florida Man because why not? Is this like a real person who...
Hi everyone, Donut here. Today we're going to look at some of the best Florida Man stories.
It's going slowly.
Compiled a list of 102 of my favorite Florida Man stories. These are in no particular order, and they are all 100% true. In the comments, people always say, well, why is it always Florida Man? Stuff like this actually happens everywhere all the time, but Florida has some of the most transparent government laws, so we can pull these things pretty quickly.
It's like the spell has gotten far enough down.
Shooting a target in backyard hits neighbor sitting at dining room table, deputies say. Florida Man doesn't get straw, attacks McDonald's employees. This one has a video.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Mar-a-Lago says he came to talk to Trump about his $6.3 trillion. Florida man arrested after hitting dad with pizza because he was mad he helped birth him. Oh no, deputies walked into a brutal crime scene on this when they observed chunks of cheese and sauce where the incident happened. Florida man killed ex-girlfriend while trying to get rid of the devil. That's actually pretty tragic, don't laugh at that one. Florida man denies syringes found in rectum are his. Florida man arrested after arguing in Houston. Joseph Logano was angry about receiving Sesame Seed bun. Florida man accused of burning son to teach him a lesson about fire. That's one way to do it.
Oh. Wow. Some of the stuff that they do is fucked up.
Florida man allegedly fooled family into believing murdered wife was still alive. She may have been dead for as long as a year, but he convinced her friends and family that she was still alive by texting and sending photos of the couple's 2 young children from her phone. Holy crap. Florida man chews up police car seat after cocaine arrest. Florida driver finds boa constrictor in his car engine. Drunk, shirtless Florida man harasses people at the park. He was yelling at adults for the way they were raising their children. People leaving the park who'd been harassed pointed out the shirtless suspect, a homeless man with a swastika tattooed on his stomach. He was shouting racial slurs, threatening to kill people. I feel like this is a common thing for Florida man. This one isn't totally out there. This is probably my favorite one of the year. I think I did a whole video based off of this one. Florida man threatens to kill man with kindness. Uses a machete that he named Kindness.
Oh my God.
And steals Good Samaritan's truck who stopped to help. Jesus told him to. Florida man accused of luring kids tells cops he can't recall as he drinks 18 to 20 beers before talking to children. Florida man and woman run over by patrol car while
So I'm doing a healing spell right now, and I'm also currently... They've brought me on to Florida Man, and now I'm watching some of the most outrageous Florida Man fucking... Oh, God.
Taco Bell.
Oh.
Florida man learns the hard way he stole laxatives, not opioids. Florida man accused of robbing Chinese restaurant at Finger Point. A worker in a restaurant told police the suspect held his right hand up at her in a position that to her resembled a gun.
This all happens in like one state too.
It wasn't even like an under the shirt, like I have a gun. He just did that. Good job, Florida.
Like,
Florida man spent weeks in jail for heroin that was actually detergent.
oh no.
A rabid coyote. Florida man stabbed in the back at Gainesville bar over remarks on a hat. Wig helps lead to arrest of Florida man in 7-Eleven robbery. Florida man attacks his sister and fights a cop after someone touched his cigar. Florida men, plural, accused of smearing feces in Crunch Fitness restroom and sauna. Florida man tried to run over his son because he didn't want to take a bath. Florida man gets stuck to prepped drag strip surface at the GTR World Cup. Florida woman's maternity photo includes alligator shotgun and Bud Light. I'm reaching critical Florida woman levels, she says of photo. Florida man recorded himself having relations with his dog. I remember going over this one.
No. Some of these are really bad. Holy shit. Oh! Oh my god, why is he licking the doorbell? Oh my god. Florida man fights off coyote with a coffee cup. Oh no.
Florida man arrested for allegedly throwing cookie at girlfriend. Arrested Florida couple pleasure each other in back of cop car. Florida man sprayed other inmates with urine. Florida House Speaker apologizes for referring to pregnant women as host bodies in interview on a forum.
Oh my god.
Florida man sentenced to 10 days for dragging shark behind a boat.
Oh.
Florida man rescues grandma floating away on ice throne. Florida men fight over Tupac Shakur. One ends up in jail, the other in the hospital. Smoke cloud in the area leads Florida man to ask cop, "Did you find all my pot?" Florida man fake grenade. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh god.
Central Florida man broke into home and fell asleep on couch while high on meth. Florida man arrested for punching photo bombing beachgoer before wedding. Florida man accused of intentionally pressure washing his neighbor. Florida man in Spider-Man mask steals bottles from liquor store. Damn if he did. Florida man hit pregnant girlfriend with bag of tortilla chips over baby's paternity. Florida man finds bright green iguana in toilet and calls 911. Florida man breaks into store, flips off security camera. Florida man accused of throwing pancake batter at woman arrested. Florida man accused of exposing himself to Sammy's exotic dancer. But you're not supposed to do that. Florida man attacked by a crazy squirrel gone nuts and was raised by a neighbor.
Oh, Pam just made her appearance. Florida man attacked by a crazy squirrel goes nuts and destroys family dinner. I'm for it, Pam. I like it.
Florida man arrested for selling marijuana because it was Christmas.
Florida man arrested for selling pot because it was Christmas.
Florida man electrocuted trying to remove bird from power line.
Oh no.
Hugging. Hey, I wouldn't put up with that either. It's pretty called Kiwami, Japan. Florida man shoots and kills pet zebra he did not have a permit for after him.
Oh.
Florida man leaves cell phone after stealing condoms.
Wait, where did he even get a zebra from?
Mom when she wouldn't dress his mannequin. Florida man says he steals pool floats for heavy hugging instead of
Oh.
just hugging. Florida man told police cocaine found on those wasn't his. Florida man drunk and naked allegedly set house on fire and fell cookie baking attempt. Asks Walmart employee for anything that would kill 200 people. This is my guy right here. Florida man threatens to destroy everyone with army of turtles. Drunk Florida man crashes lawnmower in a police car and then claims the cops poisoned him. Florida man carjacks elderly person but can't drive the stick-shift car he just stole. Florida man captures infamous gator Chance the Snapper in Chicago Park Lagoon.
Oh my God.
From yoga pants during traffic stop. Florida man accused of robbing Wendy's after grilling himself a burger is arrested. Ketchup on girlfriend. Florida man charged with using front-end loader to dump bucket full of dirt on car his girlfriend was driving. Oh, we talked about this one too. Florida man breaks into home and cuts man's wobbly bits off and runs off with the detached wobbly bits. According to the arrest report, he was found to have caught the victim and his wife in the act. Florida man shoveling spaghetti in mouth, arrested at Olive Garden. He caused a drunken disturbance and was shoveling spaghetti forcefully into his mouth with his hands. What do we pay you guys for? Florida man calls 911 to brag after fleeing deputy. Florida man takes golf cart on a wild ride into Walmart store.
No, not the golf cart in the Walmart.
Slaughter for shooting woman during foreplay with gun.
Oh.
Florida man steals cash and Tostita shells from South Florida Taco Bell. Stealing tacos and money. Florida man arrested after alleged botched castration inside of his home.
Oh no.
Florida man caught with nearly 200 illegal lobsters.
Why did he need 200 lobsters? What?
He's been arrested after Florida wildlife people find him with 6,700 sized lobster tails in the Florida Keys.
Oh God.
They took a trophy pic with 67 lobster tails. Young alligator beaten and given cigarette on video. Florida teens arrested.
Oh.
Florida man who reportedly bought an $8 million island arrested for alleged Kmart theft. He owned an $8 million island. Bought a bunch of stuff and then returned it with the packaging with other stuff in it. $300 worth of stuff. Florida woman embezzled $60,000 from new job while on probation for embezzling from old job. Florida man arrested for burglarizing cars in jail parking lot moments after being released.
Why?
Police standoff. A Florida man who allegedly harasses his family using Coldplay lyrics and threats of violence from his Nazi prison associates was convinced to end his standoff with "please for a slice of pizza." Florida man brings drugs to a drug bust and gets himself busted. Oh, he wasn't even involved in the drug bust. He just walked up to the scene of a drug bust while carrying meth in his pocket. A Florida man called the sheriff's office to report stolen marijuana. The deputies told him to stop calling. A Florida couple had relations in the back of a police car after DUI arrest. Yeah, a different couple. This happened twice last year. Florida man charged with impersonating an officer for a McDonald's discount. The final Florida man story. Florida man parks smart car in kitchen so Hurricane Dorian won't blow it away. And that is all I have for you fine people today.
What? Okay, I gotta keep watching. This is glorious. There's a whole fucking... Oh my God. I'm for it. I'm living for it. Florida man is an agent of chaos that this world didn't know that it needed.
Florida, 27th state of the United States, with a population of 21.48 million. Its nickname is the Sunshine State, but in truth, Florida is far more popular for the insanity of its inhabitants than for its warm, sunlit beaches. Odds are, even if you aren't from the U.S., you've heard your fair share of insane Florida man stories, and we've done our best to round up some of the truly craziest examples of why Florida should maybe be turned into a giant alligator preserve.
Yeah.
Florida man doesn't get straw, attacks McDonald's employee. In 2018, most of the world woke up to the humongous waste of plastic that is drinking straws and decided that enough sea turtles had been murdered in their name. Plastic drinking straw bans went into effect across the U.S. with various levels of enforcement. In Florida, the law required individuals to ask for a straw. But when Daniel Taylor went to reach for a straw in the condiment bar, he flew into a rage upon discovering there were none to be had. An employee explained that customers now had to ask for straws, only for Taylor to respond by grabbing the employee by the shirt and dragging her onto the counter. After getting punched in the face, Taylor left the restaurant, only to return later and make his displeasure over the new straw law known by kicking an employee in the stomach. Taylor would go on to get arrested and charged with 2 counts of battery. Florida man wears F the cop shirt to court, wins case. In 2014, Florida man was pulled over by a state trooper and ticketed for a sticker that the trooper claims was obstructing view of the license plate. The man claimed that he was simply being harassed for recording cops forcing people to move their parked cars
Yeah,
in a
right.
popular pullover spot by Highway 27 for no good reason. The man fought his ticket as he had promised the issuing officer that he'd do, but turned heads when he showed up to court wearing a t-shirt reading F the police, with the entire F word spelled out. Incredibly, the judge ruled in favor of the man, stating that the cops had not met the burden of proof required to ticket the man. Florida man uses private plane to draw giant penis on radar. This next story is pretty self-explanatory. Aviation fans checking the website Flight Radar 24, where civilians can track the flight paths of airplanes all over the world, were shocked to discover a pilot in a private plane flying a track that on radar looked like a giant penis. Some speculated that it might have been a giant coincidence, but the track is far too perfectly a penis for it to be anything but purposeful. Florida man charged with assault with deadly weapon.
Oh no!
Throwing alligator through Wendy's drive-thru window.
Oh no!
Okay, here's another one that's pretty self-explanatory. In 2016, Joshua James found an alligator on the side of the road. Because Florida is basically the Australia of the United States, only less dangerous. Apparently unhappy with his drive-thru experience at a local Wendy's, James made his displeasure known by throwing the live alligator through the window and into the restaurant. After being arrested, James was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The weapon, of course, being the airborne alligator. He also picked up lesser charges for illegally killing, possessing, or capturing an alligator, as well as second-degree larceny, petty theft for the soft drink he didn't pay for. After a court appearance, James was told to limit his
They charged him for the pop he stole too.
undergo a mental health evaluation, and avoid possessing any weapons. To include other throwable reptiles, we're assuming. Floridans warned not to shoot guns at Hurricane Irma. It started as a joke on Facebook, a public event asking people to shoot their guns at Hurricane Irma in order to stop the storm in its tracks. The event drew so much attention from all across the state, however, that authorities felt a desperate need to step in and beg people to act sane for a change. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office was forced to tweet the following. To clarify,
What is wrong with people in Florida?
And it will have very dangerous side effects. We get that the whole thing had become a viral joke, but just how bad is Florida's science education that a sheriff's department felt the need to explain that bullets don't make hurricanes turn around? Florida man wears clear plastic bag as disguise to rob GameStop. Okay, this next one proves that even if you don't live in Florida, you're not safe from Florida man. In 2018, Barry Hammond crossed the Georgia border and attempted to rob a GameStop. How did he disguise his identity in order to pull off the crime of the century? Hammond decided to throw a plastic water bottle wrapper over his head and call it a day. The best part, he wore it so that his face was looking out through the clear sides of the packaging, giving security cameras a perfect shot of his face. Needless to say, Hammond was arrested shortly after his theft. Florida man arrested for breaking into jail to hang out with friends. Friends are a great thing. We here at Infographics consider all of you our friends. If you get thrown in jail and expect us to miss you bad enough to come break you out, you can forget about it though. Perhaps feeling the spirit of the season, 24-year-old Patrick Rempe just wanted to visit with his friends for the holidays. Forget trying to break them out. Rempe just wanted to hang out. When he was refused entry at the main door, Rempe rammed his car into it repeatedly, and failing that, decided to climb one of the 2 exterior fences. Upon reaching the top of the fence, though, Rempe became entangled in the barbed wire, and as officers dragged him down, very painfully we might add, Rempe decided to thank them by getting into a fistfight. Rempe ultimately would get his wish, as he was charged with aggravated assault and battery on a law enforcement officer, 3 counts of felony criminal mischief, leaving the scene of a crash with property damage, and, surprise, surprise, driving under the influence. What influence, though? Well, it turns out Rempe was motivated less by holiday spirit and more by the synthetic and extremely dangerous drug Flocka. Florida man denies drinking while driving, says only drank at stop signs. By now, we've established that Florida is basically the United States' alcoholic uncle with an undiagnosed mental disorder.
Yes.
At least when America's drunk uncle imbibes, he does so responsibly. After hitting the bumper of the lady in front of him at a McDonald's drive-thru several times, police pulled over Earl Gustafs Stevens on suspicion of drunk driving. Police found Stevens marinating in liquor with a bottle of Jim Beam sitting next to him on the passenger seat. As he was being arrested for drunk driving, Stevens protested that he had in fact not been drinking and driving, as he only had drunk his Jim Beam at red lights and stop signs. Despite Stevens' obvious concern for the letter of the law, he was inevitably arrested and charged with a DUI. Florida man arrested after assaulting girlfriend with cooked chicken. In 2018, 23-year-old Juwan Brown got into a fight with his live-in girlfriend. In the heat of the moment, Brown stepped on his girlfriend's foot on purpose, prompting her to push him away. In retaliation, Brown turned to the only weapon within reach, a piece of cooked chicken. The thrown piece of chicken hit the girlfriend on the face, and shortly after, police were called. Brown would be freed on bond in order to have no contact with the defendant. But our favorite part of the story, other than, assault with chicken, is the statement that police released after the incident. We do not have information on the way that the piece of chicken was prepared. Oh, Florida, never stop being you. Florida man with no arms stabs tourist. In 2018, Jonathan
What?
Crenshaw, a homeless man with no arms, known for his artwork that he creates with his feet, was approached by a 22-year-old Cesar Coronado. Details are sketchy, with both Coronado and his girlfriend claiming that upon stopping to ask Crenshaw for directions, Coronado was immediately stabbed with a pair of scissors held in Crenshaw's feet. For his part, Crenshaw denies that he instigated the incident, instead claiming that Coronado had attacked him first. Crenshaw, who has a violent history with police, was later arrested and charged with aggravated battery. Florida man arrested for practicing karate on swans.
Oh,
At
no.
9:30 a.m. on April 26, 2018, Paul Montea was arrested and found to not be under the influence of any drugs, though he was charged with cruelty.
If you work for yourself,
We had to skip past that one because animal cruelty. This spell is going quite slowly. So, Florida man is essentially like, and I think these are all different Florida men. Like, the people in Florida are fucking wild. This candle is burning so slowly. Yeah, it is all different men from Florida. Like, what the fuck? It's unreal. There's just all these different crazy people from Florida.
Cruelty to animals. Florida man attacks homeless man, tries to eat his face. It was the zombie-like attack that kicked off the bath salts global scare. And where else would it have happened but Florida? No, seriously, this is the only place where this level of insanity could have possibly manifested and warned the world of a new drug craze that threatened to turn its users into cannibal zombies. On the morning of May 26th,
Oh, we'll do Florida woman next.
Eugene was driving into Miami Beach for the Urban Beach Week Festival when his car broke down. After spending half an hour by his disabled vehicle, Eugene ditched the car and walked along the highway on foot. Apparently high on numerous unidentified substances, the only positive identification being marijuana, Eugene began to remove his clothing as he walked, eventually ending up naked, save for his shoes and a Bible. The Bible and
Okay.
shoes, however, would quickly be discarded, and shortly afterwards, Eugene ran into a 65-year-old homeless man named Ronald Popo. According to Popo, Eugene was friendly at first, knowing Popo from the work that he had done with the homeless community earlier that year. However, the now naked Eugene suddenly accused Popo of having stolen his Bible and launched a vicious attack against him. In the course of the attack, Eugene would tear off Popo's pants and then proceed to gouge out his eyes and bite off 75 to 80% of Popo's face. Upon being warned by police to stop his attack, Eugene simply growled at the responding officer and began to bite at Popo again, continuing his attack even after being shot.
Are you
Eventually, after being
fucking
shot
kidding me?
More times, the police were able to pull Eugene off the mangled Popo. A toxicology report revealed that very little other than marijuana was in Eugene's system, though a prominent toxicologist warned that the test administered wasn't looking for very many potential drugs that Eugene could have been imbibing. With the zombie-like psychotic behavior reminiscent of individuals high on bath salts, it's thought that this may have been behind Eugene's psychotic break and subsequent cannibal attack. Either way, if it was going to happen anywhere, it was definitely going to be in Florida.
Yeah.
There you have it. A definite list of all the reasons that Florida is America's mentally deranged alcoholic uncle. Super fun to hear stories about, but an absolute nightmare at a family gathering and presidential elections. Now watch insane ways people have faked their own death, or check out this other video instead.
Let's see if I can find some Florida woman best headlines. Oh God. They don't have any like good compilation ones of Florida woman, which is disappointing. They have lots of like short clips, but I'd have to watch like the whole clip. Oh, she fought off an alligator. Yeah. I do remember that. Oh my God, this lady's fighting off an alligator. He said there's a family secret and he's frustrated, but he's not telling me my question. Why can't he? He might not be ready to tell you it yet. That would be what I would think. Is it something you're just not meant to know yet? This candle, let me tell you, this candle is burning so slowly for something with that much oil and that much herbs. He was saying, what do I mean? He's trying to tell me. How are you getting this information from him? Like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This has fallen over. It's not burning quickly. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay. So I was like, is that an indicator that it's working and it's starting to loosen stuff up? And a little flame popped up underneath. I can do a tarot reading for you. Probably not tonight, but if you want to pay for a tarot reading, I can do a tarot reading to get more answers for you. And I can probably channel a little bit as well. Do I know a time frame? I could do it probably either tomorrow during the day, earlier on, or Monday. I won't be able to do it tonight. You guys, I'm going to stuff some food in my face really quickly because I'm starving. See if we can get some more energy going on here. Come on. Come on. What I'm really hoping is for this little piece that's sticking up to catch, but it hasn't caught yet. I'm not exactly sure why, but that was kind of what I was hoping, was for that to kick up, because that would get it burning pretty good. I think it probably has to do with like the fact that this was never laid down fully flat, like it was bowed all the way there from the beginning. I probably should have crunched that up finer before I put it on there, but this will work. I just have to be more patient. That was me. That was not something magical. We got a second flame coming up now. That's good. That'll help. Oh, it went out. Okay. This candle, though, like these two white candles that I got, they're pretty durable. Like this is burning pretty slowly, which is a good thing for like the quality of your candles, but not a great thing if you're impatient. The flame is like jumping a little bit at the base. That could be due to the oils, or it could mean that the candle is doing something. I almost should have like filmed this and filmed it as a time lapse. And put it on YouTube, but this is like really good for you guys to see too, because sometimes stuff just like takes a long time. Like there are times where I do workings and it just takes hours and hours and hours. The flame to me, like what does the shape look like to you? Because it looks like a fairly tall flame to me, just like a normal flame. But if you're seeing something in it, that's interesting. So with yes and no coins, you would want to just throw them and, well, cleanse them, consecrate them with like olive oil or something like that. And just really work with them pretty frequently. Like ask yes and no questions and continue to cleanse and like work with them until you start getting consistent answers. You can do other divination as well to find out if your coins have been properly calibrated or if they need more. Another recommendation is to toss them on some salt for a few days when you first get them in order to neutralize any energy that's on them so that you can infuse them with your own energy. You could also go ahead and write on a bay leaf the yes and no, and then burn that side of the coin on the smoke of the bay leaf that you've written the corresponding word with. It looks like a hot air balloon. I don't know if that's how it's showing up on the camera or if what, because I don't see that, but I'm going to look back on the video after the live and see what, yeah, bay leaves. Always have bay leaves around. They're great. They're really great. They're so versatile. You can use them for lots of different stuff. And I usually burn and activate my sigils on bay leaves, and I just didn't have any today, so we did it with paper. We've got a really good size flame. Do it. Do it, you guys. This is now what we're kind of wanting to see. So usually I get a bigger flame like what we've got going on here. It's finally starting to pop off and get big, which is good. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Now we're in go mode. Now this is going to start to go off pretty quickly. Torch time. This is what I want to see when I do a working like this. I want to see a big, big flame like what we've got going on here. And sometimes it does just take a little while to get there. This will burn pretty hot. I'm going to have to move that secondary candle that's in there. That's a deity candle. I'm going to have to move that when it gets too hot so that I don't break the candle. But now we're going to see this spell pretty much burn. It'll probably burn very quickly at this point. Isn't it, though? I like when they get, like, I like watching them when they're big and spectacular like this. This is, like, my favorite stage of candles when I do spell candles. Just checking to make sure it's not getting hot. Yeah, the chunks are... Whenever I do healing candles, I tend to see a lot of, like, heavy chunks of stuff that fall off, and I interpret that always as, like, something that the candle found that's causing sickness. So that's a good sign. If something came up when that chunk fell off, then this is doing what we want it to. I told you were going to get the job in Georgia. So I'm doing a healing candle for Bree because she's quite sick right now. And it went really slowly at first, and now we've got a lot of movement. I think Georgia is going to be really, really good for you. I think Georgia is going to be really good for you. Yeah. I think it'll be a better energy for you. Yeah, it's getting really big now. It's definitely like picked up pace and started burning very rapidly, which is okay. I'm good with that. I'm okay with it burning big. I'm going to heal the fuck out of my girl. Yeah. That's awesome. Dude, I'm so happy for you. And yeah, it does mean it's working. It's working extremely well. Now, if I had fumitory, I would have put fumitory in this as well, but I didn't have any. Fumitory is really good for pretty much cleaning out fucking anything that you don't want hanging around. And I just didn't happen to have any, but you could add that to a candle like this one. Let's get warm. It sounds crispy. Very crispy. And I love that for it. Is that near the new place that you're going to be? That's cool. That's exciting, though. You seem like the kind of person that you like to check out new stuff, and I think it's really good for you. I think that that's awesome, though. It like, from someone who like spends a lot of their time in one place, I think the way that you move around and you learn so many different things is really, really cool. Hey, Angie. How are ya? Oh, you're welcome. I don't do live spell work very often, but I figured I'd do some because people ask me to do live spell work. People have asked for this, and a lot of my workings that I do are not, first of all, they're not beginner friendly, and they're not necessarily appropriate to be teaching on TikTok because I do a lot of baneful stuff. So I have to be selective over what I show you guys when I post. And I have posted some baneful stuff, but not a lot. This was a good live to show people how to do like a strong healing working. And this one's working out beautifully too. Like, I'm seeing kind of exactly what I wanted to see, which is great. This is a big bad one that we're doing. Well, we're getting like really super crackly now. Lots of crackles, lots of sound going on, and a lot of heat. Oh no. You hacked up blood? It was just the one time, right? I need to know if you start coughing worse or if something serious starts happening. I need to know immediately. So we've got a fairly substantial amount of fire going on right now. I'm hoping it's going to go down very soon. This is why we always use fire safe dishes, kids, because this kind of shit can get very, very hot. Very hot. Like, I'm concerned about the glass that's underneath of it, but I'm kind of hoping it's going to burn itself out soon. I'm going to see what it does, see how it behaves, and then if it gets too hot, I might douse it. We'll see. I should get my poker, though. So this is a enamel dish that I'm using, and they're really good for fire safe dishes. That's still pretty solid. It's going to burn for a minute. Man, fire safe bins are absolutely necessary if you practice witchcraft and you do the kind of shit that I do. Like, this is a prime example of why I need a container that holds all this stuff down, because this is a large fire. I'm lifting it to let the plate cool a little. I guess I'm now holding it like this because I shouldn't have picked it up. Okay. I can't. Yeah, I liked it when I could burn right in a fireplace. That was a lot safer than what we're currently doing. Hi, Henris. I could have done, I didn't think I was going to need to do this in a fire pit, or I would have done it outside. It is starting to go down substantially now, so that's good. A couple of the bottom pieces that were still really dry have gone out now. I think you should, yeah, definitely. You guys, I'm always open to suggestions when we're doing Sunday school. It's getting so close now because I can see it from the top and it's getting very, very... There we go. Oh. It's smoldering, but all of the fire has gone out. Is it smoky in here? Yes, it's smoky in here. Henry, go outside. I know, Bobby. Go outside. Cool. And it didn't even crack my plate. We love that for me. All right. No problem. How are you feeling? Oh, what's going on with my camera? Good. Good, good, good. Very good. All right, you guys. I'm going to close this off now that the candle is burnt through, clean up my stuff, have some actual food because I just had a snack, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Sunday school. And I will upload this to my, Why? I charge my vape. My vape is dead. That is terrible. All right, my friends. I'm going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will upload this to my YouTube too if you guys want to watch it back. I'll see you next time. Thank you for hanging out. I love you. Bye.